And I'll be doing the spot and stalk. I smoked him. Oh, I don't know how to make it.
Oh guys, it's October 18th. I'm very pleased with this buck, especially for my first buck on my bed. Take it any day of the week. Gnarly old buck like this. You see me pretty well. Alright guys, it's a little before 5 a.m. on April 15th. This morning is opening day. And the past 2 nights, Jacob and I have come out here to roost birds. And we've been pretty fortunate because we found a group of birds that have been roosting in the same area. And so we've been given a couple days to kind of come up with a game plan. So this morning we're putting that game plan into action. And we're right now at about 400, 500 yards from the birds. We're going to close the distance by another 300 yards and get set up. It's not supposed to get daylight till like 6:40, 6:45 I think is the legal shooting light. I'll have to check. But we basically have like an hour and a half, but we wanted to be set up in our spot long before these guys get out here because we know there's a bunch more people coming out here. And so while everyone else is rushing around to get set up, we're gonna already be tucked away waiting for these birds to sound off. And the weather right now is in the mid-60s. We had rain come through last night, so we're anticipating these birds hitting an open field this morning to dry off. But guys, stay tuned. Hopefully we tag out. First spot is unfortunately a bust. We're already cleaned up, packed up and moving on. Unfortunately the birds pitched down and they worked within 100 yards of us, but got pulled a different direction because of hens that they were with. So we're gonna circle around, see if we can even lay eyes on these birds, and then if not, there's a different section of the property we're just gonna go ahead and head up to and get set up on for like a mid-morning hunt when the hens free up from the toms. So stay tuned.
Did that just happen?
Let's go. Oh. Jake and I are seeing doubles, baby. Let's go. Literally have had a crazy turn of events this morning. We were way on one side of the property on some roosted birds. Pitched down, they went a completely different direction following hens. So then we came over here and went to the high field. We're sitting up here at this field, we had one gobbling. So we circled around on that, ended up coming out in the field, and we cut out in the field just at the wrong time and ended up spooking that bird. So we just were like, screw it, let's leave, let's go get some food. And we were walking down the wood line and I just poked over the hill. I had the reaping fan. I always walk with the reaping fan in front of me. I look down here, I see 3 white heads, then I see 4 white heads with a bunch of hens, and all of a sudden they all dropped and just kind of puffed up and started walking our way. And I was like, Jake, Jake, Jake. Jake comes up. We had a perfect collaboration on that one. The footage looks great. We got both of the shots on camera. The GoPro footage was rolling. I don't know how we did that, but this is an opening day double with the reaping fan. This is my second reaped bird, Jake's first. Let's freaking go, brother. Way to start the year. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Today it is April 16th, and this morning I am back out in the turkey woods getting ready to do some hunting. This morning I wasn't actually supposed to even hunt. I shouldn't say supposed to, I just wasn't going to because the weather was supposed to be really crummy today. And I got up this morning at like 6 and the weather is beautiful. There's a smaller chance of rain now, so I've actually made the decision to come out here and do some hunting. So I'm running a little later than I would like to. I hate getting out here at this time in the morning because it's about 8 o'clock. So these birds are more than likely with hens and they're not going to be as receptive to calling. However, I may get lucky and strike one up. The plus side of them being with hens at this time in the morning means that they're more receptive to coming in and charging in on a reaping fan, which is what Jacob and I had success on yesterday. We walked up on 3 to 4 toms that were with a group of hens. They saw the reaping fan and did not like that and came charging in. So if we reap another one today, it is what it is. Should be a pretty good day. I don't know how well the weather is going to hold out, but right now it's beautiful. I think we can get it done. So we're at the first little pull off here. This is the section of the property where Jacob and I were roosting birds the 2 nights prior to season opening up, and we came out here and literally in back-to-back nights had birds roosted out here. So we're gonna get the mouth calls out, do a little bit of calling. If I get one talking back here, we'll go back in here and see if we can kill him. If not, we're gonna go deeper into the property where Jacob and I had all the action yesterday, and we'll see what happens. So about to break out the calls. Well, this is what I was afraid of, so we're gonna go ahead and head deeper into the property. Nothing's talking over here. Could be henned up, but we're gonna head deeper in and maybe we'll find a group of birds that are henned up and they'll attack the reaping fan. So let's get after it. So basically we've cut the property right down the middle with the trail that we've walked so far. Where we're at right here is we're almost at the stopping point. Another 150 yards, 200 yards this way, the property stops. And I have a huge chunk of property to my left and a huge chunk of property to my right. We're gonna leave the bag of decoys here. We're gonna take the reaping fan, the shotgun, and leave the water, and we're gonna break off this way and go clear this side of the property. And then we're gonna come back, and there's a little trailhead here that'll kind of take us out to the edge of the property. And then we're gonna work our way this way and basically do a big loop all the way back to my truck. And then we'll probably call it. I didn't plan on hunting too long today. However, we're out here, we're giving it a go. So we're gonna start this way, walk along the creek line and go to the edge of the property this way. And then we'll come back, cross the creek and go out to this side of the property and check this on the way back to the truck. So like I said, leave the decoys here besides the reaping fan, grab the cameras, and we're gonna bounce. So let's get after it. Well, while I was clearing this side of the property, it's basically all open fields right here with fingers of timber that come out from runoffs that run down to the creek that we just crossed. But while I was out in this field, I was coming around one of the fingers, and I could have sworn I heard a gobble down here, either in this bottom or up on this hill where the field is at, that we were up at earlier. So I came down to the bottom to be able to hear it better if he gobbles again, and I think I'm gonna throw some calls out in here in a second. I'm just trying to see if he'll sound off again by himself. See if we can get on him. Got him, got him, got him. Yeah, baby. See that logo, baby? ABO. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I gotta watch this footage, bro. That was so bad. I shot once, missed. Thought I hit him the second time. He came in, he got super nervous. I don't know if it was because I was how high I was poked up over the decoy, but we're tagged out in Kentucky. Reaping fan claims another. I mean, he came in running, dog. Running. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. Check out this tail fan. Let's get him. Well, here is my second bird for the 2023 Kentucky spring turkey season. I can't believe I'm already tagged out. I've never had a season like this before. He's got a pretty good looking beard. Really nice spurs back here. He's definitely a fighter because this right one's a little chipped off, which kind of explains how we killed him here this morning. And I'll briefly talk about that. For whatever reason, I have sucked and have never been able to call myself in a bird. I've called in birds for other people. I've gotten a lot of use on some of their first birds. But when it comes to hunting by myself and calling them in, for whatever reason, I just have never been able to capitalize and get it done with that. And my secret to success has been this reaping fan. This was the first bird I ever killed, and stuck him on a stake, created a little reaping fan. And I'll tell you what, I've had a lot of fun with this reaping fan. I love crawling around in the grass and getting close to these birds. And this is now my third reaped bird, and then we doubled yesterday on this reaping fan. So a lot of times when these toms are with groups of hens, they're very defensive and very protective over the hens that they're already with. By this point in the season, they've kind of already established that dominance hierarchy, and so when you have a bird coming up to challenge them, they immediately just want to charge and fight. And that's kind of how the first ever bird that I reaped, he had 2 hens with him. Went out in the field, he came right up on me and I smoked him. Then yesterday with Jake, we ended up doubling up literally at the exact same time on a group of 3 toms that were with some hens, and we freaking smoked those guys. And then today, I was kind of hoping to change things up. I came back out to the same property. We're at the AP property, and I started calling early on in the day. And I've been carrying around decoys. I've had the reaping fan, and then I've had 2 hen decoys with me. And what I was kind of hoping was to get one talking and maybe set up and call them in. And right around 10 is generally, 9:30, 10 o'clock, they'll start to free up from hens and cut basically the property right down the middle, walking through it and calling. Then I went down the creeks on one side, went back and cleared the other side. And when I was getting to the very end, I thought I heard a gobble back this way, and I'm like, all right, so let's turn around, cross the creek. I heard it, but I took the chances because I'd already been through that field on that ridge, that he was probably up here. And as soon as I came up this, I just did exactly what I've done in the past. I always kind of lead with the fan in front of me to where I can see underneath of it. The first thing the bird will lock onto is the fan, and as soon as I came up, he locked eyes on the fan. I staked everything, got everything ready. We crawled up about another 10 yards, and by then he had already started making his way to me, and I ended up getting a shot on him. I don't know how in the world I missed almost 3 times, but third shot was a charm, and I'm glad I did because I only had 3 shots in the gun. So what a way to wrap up Kentucky. It's only 2 days in and I'm tagged out. We got 1 more tag to fill, and that's in Ohio. So what a way to wrap up the season. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, check out all the links in my description below, and I'll catch you guys later on the next episode of Andrew Bernard Outdoors.